How do I design systems that don't kill creativity or the Holy Spirit's voice? All right, so you have a business or a project that you're working on or a ministry assignment, and you need systems so that you can be consistent. I mean, I've been talking about systems, get systems, build systems, and you're like, okay, I'm going to get the systems, but I don't want any system that is going to prevent me from being creative, any system that is going to make it difficult for me to listen when the Holy Spirit is speaking. How do I go about that? I completely get it. For me, I'm very much a balanced executor, which means I am both a structured executor and I'm also very creative. So sometimes it can be very difficult, trying to be both, follow a clear plan, but still like get some creative juices flowing and do things that are outside of the norm. In order to do that successfully, in order to build systems, and how I've done it is that I actually keep my systems very simple. I used to have like so many offers in my business where I'm doing this and I'm doing that and I'm doing this. But I've learned that the easier and the simpler your systems are, the easier it will be for you to replicate it and for you to pivot when it's no longer working. So if God tells you, okay, I need you to do this and you want to obey God, it will not be difficult for you to obey God because your systems are very simple. The problem people have most of the time is like they have this rigid system that has a lot of moving parts where like if they do not do one thing, everything just falls apart. If they take one thing out or if they stop doing one thing or start doing something else, everything falls apart, and it is because of how complex your machine is. You want to keep your machine simple, your system simple, and then you want to also keep it very easy to follow and to deviate from, so that when God is telling you do this, you can easily pivot, and so that when you decide to get creative, it doesn't affect the basic simple structure that you've created. I would always encourage you fall back on those simple systems no matter what. And even though you get creative and you deviate from the plan, never leave the basic structures that you've created until there is a very good reason to do that. I'm a Christian execution coach, so what that means is I basically help Christians like yourself, execute on their God-given business ideas, projects, and ministry assignments. So if that sounds like something that you need help with, you've been procrastinating, you've been feeling stuck, you've not been getting clarity, you've been confused, you've been extremely busy and you're struggling with time management, and you need to execute on those things that God has called you to do, then shoot me a DM saying help and I'll be available to help you. I post content like this regularly, so see you tomorrow. Bye.